Don't listen to the call of a mermaid. That was the old sailor warning, whispered across windswept desk and passed down through salt-stained generations. A voice too beautiful, they said, could be the last sound you ever hear. But something has changed. Where there was one fear, now there's fascination. The mermaid, once a symbol of danger beneath the waves, has become a figure of beauty, longing, and mystery. She lives not only in legend, but in literature, art, and the dream of those who gaze out of the sea. Still, one question remains unanswered. Could mermaids have ever truly existed? Today, we dive into a story deeper than the ocean themselves, one where history blurs with myth, and the line between truth and tale is as fluid as the tide. At first glance, a mermaid is simple to picture: the upper body of a woman, often beautiful, ethereal, and haunting, and the lower half, a glistening tail of a fish, flicking just beneath the waves. But the image is only the beginning. Mermaids have always been adored in nature. They are sirens of a deep, symbols of alluring beauty and unknowable danger. They promise wonder, yet whisper warning. And they are everywhere, from the icy coast of northern Europe to the river myth of Africa, from the Asian shoreline to the Americas. The mermaid appears again and again, not as a passing tale, but as a global presence, as if the sea itself remembers something and told the same story in many voices. Mermaid ain't bound to one ocean or one country. They surface in a story across continents, speaking in many tongues, but always carrying the same echo of mystery. Atargatis, the ancient one. The oldest known mermaid may not have been a mermaid at all, but a goddess. In ancient Mesopotamia, Atargatis was a revered deity, a figure of beauty and fertility. But when grief overtook her, after accidentally killing her mortal lover, she cast herself into the waters. Ashamed, transformed, she became a creature of the sea. Woman above, fish below. The divine became myth, and the myth a pardon. Siren versus mermaid, Greek confusion. In ancient Greece, the sirens wasn't fish tale. They were pet woman, pet bird. They sang songs that lured sailors to the doom, crushing ships against rocky shores. Over time, they may soften. Feathers were straight for fins. The deadly sirens merged with the sea-bound mermaid. And in many European languages today, siren and mermaid mean the same thing: a confusion of wings and waves. British sea omens. In British lore, mermaids wasn't romantic. They were warnings. Their appearance foretold storms, shipwrecks, and death. Sailors feared the cries, as much as cannon fire. A glimpse of one near the bow. Bad luck was coming. The sea didn't lie. Melusines, Fran's love and portrayal tale. Fran tells of Melusine, a half-woman, half-serpent or fish, depending on the virgin. She loved a mortal man and promised to marry him on one condition: he must never see her on certain days. When he broke that promise, her secret was revealed. and she vanished forever. Her tale inspired countless fairy tales, including Hans Christian Andersen's The Little Mermaid. Love, as always, comes with a price. Asian views, China and Japan. In China, the ancient Sanhai Jing describes sea beings with human features and fish-like forms, guardians of waters and symbol of both beauty and danger. In Japan, the Ningo is a mysterious creature with a woman face and fish body. Eating its flesh was said to grant eternal life, but catching one brought disaster. If you ever did find a Ningo, the wise thing was to throw it back. Southeast Asian mermaids. Further south, in the vibrant myth of Thailand and Cambodia, lives Suvarnamukha, the golden mermaid. Daughter of the sea, she falls in love with the monkey warrior Hanuman. This story is one of passion and defiance, immortalized in murals, dance, and sculptures. In these waters, love flows alongside legend. From grip to glory, seduction to superstition, the mermaid story swims through the heart of every control that has ever looked out to the sea. The mermaid has never been content to stay in ancient myth. She swims through stories, art, cinema, even coffee cups. Andersen Ariel. In 1837, Hans Christian Andersen gave the mermaid her most famous literary voice. His tale of a sea-dwelling girl who falls in love with a human prince is haunting. She gave up her voice and her very ancestors to work on land, but the love is unreturned. Her reward? To dissolve into sea form. A love story? Yes, but a tragic one. Disney dreaming twist. More than a century later, Disney rewrote the ending. In 1989, The Little Mermaid gave us an Ariel again, but this time with songs, color, and a happily ever after. She got the prince, the legs, and the voice. It wasn't just a movie, it was a cultural wave. Ariel became an icon for a new generation, sparkling under the sea. Mermaids in the Middle East. In the Middle Eastern classic 1001 Nights, mermaids, though unnamed, make several appearances. Here, they look fully human, but breathe and live beneath the water. They blur the line between fantasy and possibility, just enough to make you wonder. Public status and global symbols. Copenhagen's Little Mermaid statue, unveiled in 1913, draw millions of visitors to Denmark's shores, but she's not alone. Across the globe, mermaids decorate fountains, parks, and plaza silent moods of thought and myth. Modern film portrayals. In Pirates of the Caribbean, One Stranger Tides, mermaids return to their darker roots, beautiful, beguiling, and deadly. Their song, No Lullaby, is a trap. Starbucks siren. And then there's the mermaid you might see every morning on your coffee cup. Starbucks chose a two-tailed siren for their logo. Why? To suggest allure, mystery, and the irresistible pull of something deep. A myth made brand. The mermaid isn't fading. She is adopting, always just beneath the surface of the modern life. Legends are one thing, but the history has a habit of leaving footprints, even in water. Columbus, 1493. On his voyage through the Caribbean, Christopher Columbus recorded seeing 3 mermaids rise from the waves. He noted they were not as beautiful as the legend claimed. Today, many believe he mistook manatee for the mermaids. But then again, how do you mistake a sea count for a woman? Hudson, 1608. In the icy waters of the Arctic, explorer Henry Hudson pre-reported a strange encounter. A pale woman with a long hair swam beside the ship, her lower half vanishing into scales, not seal or whale. They insisted. Something else entirely. 19th century sightings. In 1853, a strange sea creature washed ashore in England. Locals buried it like a human, calling it sea maiden. In Brazil, a preserved mermaid-like specimen reportedly vanished from a museum after a short display, never to be seen again. Japanese scores. Ancient scores in Japan depict the Nikko, a fish-like creature with a woman face. To catch one was to invite misfortune. Many, it said, were tossed back into the sea out of fear. The misidentification theory. Skeptics point to seals, manatees, or dolphins, but believers ask, how do you explain long hair, human eyes, saw her drifting across the waves? Even science, it seems, can quiet every voice from the deep. Not all mermaids are born of weights. Some come stitched together, dry, and displayed behind glass. The Fiji Mermaid. In the 1842, American soul man P.T. Barnum unveiled what he called a real mermaid. But the Fiji Mermaid was no sea creature. It was a Kotek fusion. The upper body of the dried monkey sewn to the tail of a fish. The eyelashes was effective. Crown came in droves, and when it was exposed as a hoax, it didn't stop the legend. It just deepened the myth. Museum auditors. Barnum wasn't the only one. All the mermaid specimens turned up in Japan, Denmark, and the Netherlands. Some were crafted with eerie precisions, real teeth, strands of human hair, hollow glass eyes. Most were labeled auditors of folk belief, others quietly forgotten. Some believe mermaids are more than physical. Theory suggests they are beings from alternate dimensions, spiritual entities tied to the water energy, slipping into our world only when conditions allow. Not illusions, but glimpse of something we wasn't meant to see. Internet age confusion. Today, videos of mermaids surface online, often accompanied by shocking camera work and the dramatic music. Many are quickly exposed as a CGI, actors in silicone tails, or clever marketing, but not at all. A few clips, grainy, fleeting, have resisted explanation. Hence, against submarine glass, a seal hold beneath Antarctic ice, no clear holes, no clear answer. And so, the line between fault and truth remains as blurry as ever, lost somewhere in the tide. In 2012, televisions across the world flickered with something strange. Animal Planet's mockumentary. Mermaids, the body found, air on Animal Planet, presenting a dramatic discovery of a mermaid corpse, completed with bones, gills, and webber fingers. Shot like a documentary, it found millions. Social media explored. Viewers demand answer. Discovery Channel follow up. A year later, Mermaids, the new evidence, air on Discovery Channel. It shows sonar scan, underwater footage, and interviews with experts. It's still word fiction, admit later, but the damage or curiosity was done. Greenland deep sea video. One clip remained infamous. Captured from a submersible near Greenland, it shows a webber hand slapping against the glass. The skin is gray-blue. The motion, too human to ignore. What is staged? No one knows, but experts agree. It doesn't resemble any known marine animal. Scientific responses. Mainstream science remains skeptical. Most claims are dismissed as hoaxes, hallucinations, or mistaken identity. Still, even oceanographers admit we explore less than 5% of Earth's seas. And in that vast unknown, who to say what truly lives below? From ancient myths and whisper sightings to hoaxes and Hollywood, the mermaid have never left us. She lingers in our stories, swims through our symbols, and flickers across our screens. But maybe she's more than a creature. Maybe she's a mirror, reflecting our deepest longing to touch the unknown. To believe that magic still hides just beneath the surface. After all, most of the ocean remain unexplored. New species are found every year, and in the darkest trenches, beyond human reach. Who to say a sliver of mermaid myth isn't real? What if we haven't found her yet? Not because she never exists, but because she's still waiting. Mermaids endure because they hold a contradiction we can resist. Beauty and danger, myth and memory, fantasy and fear. Whether real or imagined, they remind us that not everything under the surface should be forgotten. Share this article with someone who ever gazes out to sea and wonder what lies beneath.